the now Bakersfield. Yosemite National Park has been shut down for weeks because of heavy smoke and an advancing wildfire. Now the park is back open, and the now Bakersfield is getting a first look at the park after the fire. Plus, a new restaurant has opened its doors in downtown Bakersfield. Learn more about Mamma Mia. That's all ahead on the now Bakersfield. Chris?
Let's get over to today's lineup here on the Now. McDonald's making a big announcement. It's spending millions of dollars across the country to update its restaurants. It means a lot of new job opportunities, and we're not just talking construction jobs. We'll be getting into that today, and everyone can relate to this. Making sure your cell phone is constantly charged, worried about dying. Well, you'll want to see the list of phones with the best battery life. And now that it is back to school season, you just have to see the way some teachers are getting supplies for their classrooms. It's a great way to get the community involved and a great way to help those teachers and their students.
More than 700,000 collective acres have burned. Several people and firefighters have died, and thousands of homes have burned as more than a dozen wildfires continue to tear through the state. Those wildfires are not only having a severe impact on the air quality here in the valley, but impacting tourism as the deadly Ferguson fire shut down Yosemite National Park for about 3 weeks. Some good news tonight, though. After weeks of closure, Yosemite now back open. The Now's Tori Cooper visited the park today and has the latest on the reopening.
Yes, Jessica, the Ferguson fire has burnt over 90,000 acres of land near the Yosemite National Park since July. But fire crews have managed to free up some of the roadways over the past 2 weeks to safely reopen the valley to the public today. Now, even though they say the fire is not fully contained, the valley is safe for visitors. After 2 weeks, visitors returned to the Yosemite National Park.
It's already been a pretty busy morning. The park, we opened the gates at 9 a.m. this morning. We see a lot of people who've come out already. We expect more to come this afternoon. It's going to be a very busy day.
Beautiful views capturing the eye of many from the Tunnel View lookout point.
It's pretty unique because coming here I would expect it to be clear, but it's actually all fogged up, so it makes it interesting.
Many visitors anticipating a postcard image.
Normally, as I said, it looks like you're standing in front of a painting.
But the Ferguson fire burned over 96,000 acres, making the trip disappointing for some with high expectations.
Be honest with you, it's kind of sad to see the smoke. Like, it's just a giant smoke screen, because when I came here last time, it was super clear, it was super beautiful. You can see the fall and then the rest of the valley, but now all you see is just a mass of gray.
Fire crews have been working since July to reopen the roadways to the Yosemite National Park. But now they are focusing on what's left of the fire, according to Ferguson Fire Information Officer Chanel Saunders.
We have some spots that they're looking at. It's the hottest area of the fire. They're going to continue working on containment lines and really working on the hot spots with hand crews, engines, water tenders, and aircraft.
Park officials also closed down the area due to unhealthy, hazardous air, but they are still evaluating the financial impacts on the park. And visitors were highly anticipating the reopening.
This is the first time we've been able to actually get up here in a month. So I bring tourists from all over today. I have people from Norway, I have people from Australia, and we saw Bridal Veil Falls and it looked beautiful. But when I look at Tunnel View over here, at least we can see El Capitan and I can see Cathedral Rocks, which is a good thing.
And some visitors were just grateful for the opportunity to enter the park for the first time.
It's actually our last day here, so we're really glad that it was open on the last day we were here. We were like, we have to go.
Now, fire crews will be in the area over the next several weeks to make sure that it is safe for all community members. We will, of course, continue to update you on all of our social media platforms as it transpires here at the Yosemite National Park. Reporting for the Now, I'm Tori Cooper, 23 ABC.
A new option for eating out is now available in downtown Bakersfield. Mamma Mia is now open in place of where Happy Hour Bar and Tapas used to be. Mamma Mia has a Facebook page showcasing new photos of the restaurant, and Yelp reviews have also been posted. The restaurant will be serving various Italian dishes and lunch and dinner crowds. Mamma Mia, located at 1804 Chester Avenue, and is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. for lunch and then 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for dinner. Well, if you've ever wanted to be part of a Hollywood movie, now is your chance. A big name casting company is looking for extras for a big film that's shooting here in Bakersfield. The casting directors behind such popular films as Argo, Pirates of the Caribbean, and TV shows CSI and Glee, well, they're casting featured extras for a high-profile feature film that's shooting here in Bakersfield in September. The directors are looking for men and women for a formal scene, fighter types, coaches, referees, security guards, gorgeous women of all ages, and upscale businessmen. Now, everyone must be over the age of 18 with a valid social security number. An open casting call is being held on August 26th at the DoubleTree at 3100 Camino del Rio Court. For more details as like what to bring and how to schedule an appointment time, and for a link to register, just head on over to our website, turnto23.com. Chris?
McDonald's is giving its restaurants a facelift. It's investing billions of dollars to transform and modernize our experience. And now's Annie Taylor finding out the construction process will also provide thousands of job opportunities in the community.
This is the first time McDonald's has ever put this amount of money back into their fast food restaurants to help out their franchisors expand and modernize their business. Not only is it great for them, but it's actually great for us and the community, whether you eat here or not.
And when we decide to move on anything, what that creates for the community as far as jobs and resources is incredible.
In order to create that experience, McDonald's is investing millions of dollars into nearly every state to update their restaurants.
We just got finished here doing ours and opened in July, and I can't tell you how many electricians and plumbers locally that were sourced to come in, and even digital and technical people. So it really adds to the economy.
Franchise operator Laura Bakar says each fast food restaurant is able to customize their artwork inside, giving visibility to local artists too.
You can resource local artists to help do your decor around the community that your restaurant sits in.
Not only will McDonald's be offering more positions within the community, but they'll also be offering more positions inside their stores to help with guest experience. And that includes mobile pickup service, table service, and even helping with this new kiosk. That will be the guest experience lead. For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
Annie, thank you. Let's get to the Now News. A couple stories that you should know about today. And the FBI warning banks that hackers could be targeting their ATMs. There's a tech blog called Krebs on Security. It says that hackers could use fake information to get into the ATMs and in that way get a lot of money. I have to show you this video out of Sweden. Vandals burning 80 cars there. Dozens of other vehicles damaged as well. Happened in several cities across the country, and just not clear at this point why the bad guys did this. Vaping, that could be more harmful than first thought. Public Health England said that it can damage vital immune system cells. Researchers, they do say that it's less harmful than regular smoking, but it can still boost inflammation. We do have a lot more to talk about in our lineup, and now that it is back to school season, you've got to see the creative way some teachers are getting supplies for their classrooms. We'll show that to you next. You're watching The Now. We know teachers spend a lot of their own money to make sure their students have everything they need. The Now's Kamasi Aaron taking a look at the creative way 2 teachers are using the community to offset the costs.
So here are a few items that I got on Amazon.
Jennifer Boyle-Tarman is unpacking school supplies to get her classroom ready for her students.
A box of Kleenex for all of those kids who don't use the hand sanitizer and get sick.
But these weren't supplied by her school.
We used an exorbitant amount of Post-it notes in my class.
Or even purchased from her own pocket.
Students always ask me to for various projects if I have extras.
These were bought by people in her community from her Amazon wish list.
It was very overwhelming in the best way.
Jennifer posted the list on social media, and not only did people start buying these items, but going above and beyond.
So I had people who either sent things to the school or people who offered, I don't have anything I can purchase on this list, but I have X, Y, and Z at home. Would you want this? To someone meeting me at a Starbucks and giving me $100 in cash for my classroom.
Jennifer had been buying supplies on her own without being reimbursed, something the National Center for Education Statistics found most public school teachers did in the 2014-2015 school year. Researchers found teachers spent an average of $479, and for some teachers, it's more.
It could be like $500, $600, $700 a year.
That's why Jennifer's colleague Caroline Kurzweil decided to make a list for her classroom, too.
2 pads in here.
And because her community said yes to the list,
I just got this one in the mail today.
She can say yes to her students.
You just want everybody to feel successful, and you want everyone to feel like they can engage in an equal way in the class. I like how you put on here what each one is for.
While a great step, these teachers say their lists are far from a permanent solution.
I don't think that Amazon wish lists and mill levies and bonds are the ways that we're going to solve these issues. I think we really need to fund education in a much more sustainable way.
Using creativity and community to provide supplies and support. For the Now, I'm Kamasi Aaron.
Kamasi, thank you. Let's get to the Now News. Some important stories to keep an eye on here, and hundreds of thousands of dollars going to groups who help low-wage and domestic workers. The Time's Up Legal Defense giving $750,000. This is a fund that helps victims of sexual harassment and assault. Well, can combining high blood pressure medication help patients? Well, JAMA published a study where doctors gave 3 low-dose meds to patients with moderate to high blood pressure, and 6 months later, a greater percentage of patients saw their blood pressure go down. Well, how would you feel about seeing urinals just kind of around your town at every street corner? Paris is doing this. Leaders putting these outdoor urinals that kind of look like flower boxes on the street. It's all in an effort to try and stop public urination, apparently a big issue there. Some people, though, not happy with this, as you can imagine. Well, say you need to pay a friend back for lunch, but you don't have any cash. Well, it might be easier and faster for everybody just to use one of those payment apps. Well, now Consumer Reports is breaking down which apps are the safest. Yeah, they recommend getting on board with Apple Pay. It received the highest marks in data privacy and payment authentication. Yeah, experts say Apple Pay collects less information about users and doesn't sell data. Now, Venmo, that's the one a lot of people use, but it came in second. Consumer Reports says that the app really lacked when it came to privacy. And the Square app, you've also heard of that one, data privacy an issue there. Facebook Messenger payments and Zelle, which is the app that's connected to some major banks. Now, the apps that we did mention, it'll allow you to set up extra protections. Some let you set up a PIN, others send a special code to your friend to make sure you're sending money to the right person.
Well, it's a campaign aimed at helping students and families enhance their lives through the power of books. This year, 23ABC is teaming up with a local organization looking to make a difference. The Scripps Howard Foundation has kicked off its If You Give a Child a Book campaign and its partners at the Kern Literacy Council. This partnership was able to bring in more than 5,000 books to Kern County. It helps to empower families to enhance their quality of life. 23ABC and the Kern Literacy Council are targeting 8 schools with the highest poverty rates in Kern County by providing tutors to work with an average of 10 families at each school. More than 100,000 residents in Kern County read below the 9th grade level. So if you'd like to donate a book, we're asking you to visit our website, turnto23.com. A call-in math tutoring program and instructional TV show is set to begin its 17th season this September. Do the Math has been helping students in Kern County strengthen their math awareness for the last 16 years. Free phone-in tutoring is available from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Wednesdays by calling that number right there on your screen. From 4 to 5 p.m., several math tutors take problems from callers and work them out live on air. Do the Math is scheduled to return on September 11th. All right, taking a live look outside. Oh, wow, that's a great shot. And finally, some blue skies, Allison.
I know, we can actually see the mountains. That air quality warning that we've been tracking the past few days has now been lifted for us here in Kern County. So beautiful, clear skies across the county. We had a high of 100 degrees, spent most of the afternoon in the 90s. Right now, we're looking at 96 degrees in Bakersfield, 90 up in Lake Isabella, and in those 90s in our desert cities. And you can expect very similar conditions tomorrow for the first day of school, depending on your district, either Wednesday or Thursday. Temperatures will be right around 100 degrees as a high, so that means it's going to be in the 70s by the time you start school, and then the time you leave, it will be in those upper 90s. Now, as for air quality, we will be exactly the same tomorrow as we were today, in that moderate range with an AQI of 97. Now, as for temperatures for the rest of the week, well, those triple digits sticking around for the first 2 days of school, and then warming up. We're up to 101 degrees on Friday, and look at this, 103, 104 as we head into early next week. These triple digits continuing through at least next Thursday, so the current heat wave that we are in today marking day 7, and it looks like we could be adding a bunch more to that list. Jess?
All right, Allison, taking a look ahead on the Now Bakersfield tomorrow, we're going to be making the trip to one of the world's most famous tourist destinations, which is only a few hours from Kern County, Hearst Castle. We're going to get a sneak peek at the newly remodeled Neptune pool there, which has been closed to visitors for nearly 3 years. Again, that's tomorrow on the Now Bakersfield.
From old work uniforms to NBA jerseys, someone's old clothes are being made into new products for us to buy. And the Now's Chris Welch got a behind-the-scenes look at one of the biggest upcycling projects in the country.
We hope to have nothing that ends up in the garbage can or in a landfill.
For now, they've ended up here, lining the halls of a warehouse. And you might recognize the signature bright red and navy Delta uniforms, an estimated 1 million of them, now ready for sorting. But their next stop? A Portland startup giving them a second life.
Here I have one of the Delta vests, and I also have already deconstructed one of their red jackets. And so what I'm going to do is cut certain pieces out of certain materials and put them together and make another product.
The company is called Loopedworks, and in the words of marketing director Jason Van Horn,
our tagline is excess made useful.
That excess has included waste material from outerwear companies.
This was once a Patagonia fishing waders.
NBA jerseys.
Players get traded, they move on, they retire, and all the sporting goods stores have extra jerseys that never get sold.
And of course, airlines.
This tote bag was once a leather seat cover in a Southwest Airlines plane.
They're not the first company to upcycle or make new products out of old ones, but Loopedworks and Delta believe this partnership may be one of the largest upcycling projects to date.
Especially as an airline, there's no one who's come ever close to capturing as much old uniforms and recycling them like we have.
So this is our messenger bag.
Annette Berg is Loopedworks product designer.
It involves quite a few different materials. The blue leather at the bottom actually comes from the Delta seats. This faux leather on top comes from the jacket. This is the seat belt.
Their goal? Not to let anything go to waste.
So it feels really good at the end of the day to say, look what I made, and it's not going to be sitting there in a garbage dump.
Reporting for The Now in Portland, Oregon, I'm Chris Welch.
It's really cool, Chris. Thank you. All right. Well, you're never going to doubt how tech-savvy kids are after you see this one. Take a look at this picture. May have seen it online of 6-year-old Caitlin, and she's looking really excited about the shipment of Amazon boxes right there. That's because she ordered $350 worth of toys, all without her parents knowing. How'd she pull it off? Well, her mom helped her order a Barbie for her birthday on Amazon. Then later, Caitlin asked if she could track the package. Smart kid. The next day, a lot more than just one Barbie showed up. I can tell you everything, though, did go back except for that one Barbie. All right, let's get back to our lineup here, and everyone can really relate to this. Just the worries you have that your cell phone is going to die, that the battery is just going so fast. So we have a list of phones that have the best battery life. That's next. Hey, I don't know about you, but my phone battery kind of barely lasts a few hours some days.
Yes.
It seems like. Annie Taylor here with the ones, though, that have a little bit more life, a little bit more juice. You know, it's funny, like sometimes you wake up and then it's like automatically you're at 40%.
I know, it's hard to believe that there's phones out there that
It's
last
so draining, so
longer
fast.
than 24 hours,
Yeah.
Chris. Longer than 24 hours. So here are the phones that actually last that long. Consumer Reports just ranked the smartphones that will last longer, and that is the Motorola Moto Z2 Play can clock in at 31 hours of use before that battery is done. Yes, 31 hours, and it's $400. The second and third longest lasting phones, they're a little bit pricier, between $600 and $850, and that's the Samsungs. The Galaxy S8 Active and the Galaxy S7 Edge both can go 30 hours of use before they need a charge. And Consumer Reports didn't take it light on their testing. They used a robotic finger to simulate what a person might do all day, and it didn't take a break. Browse the internet, take pictures, use the GPS, maybe even make a few phone calls. Might not be surprising, but no iPhones made the list. Couple of quick ways to make sure your battery lasts a little bit longer. Set the screen brightness to auto so that it will adjust to indoor and outdoor light all on its own, and change how often you get updates for emails, social network feeds, and other apps to once every hour. And know if you're using Wi-Fi to save some data, it's going to kill your battery significantly faster.
All right, Annie, thanks. And you can do a lot of things when you're 18, but you can't drive a tractor trailer. Lawmakers are trying to change that because companies need more drivers. How the shortage could impact all of us. That's tomorrow on The Now.
And coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, check this video out. A man getting extra close to the hippos at a zoo, for some reason feeling the need to smack one of the animals. That bizarre incident captured on camera. Details behind that video. That coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, we're going to talk about our forecast. Still warm, but we can't complain for first day of school.
Yeah.
We're getting spoiled, kind of.
It's really not bad at all. Today, most of the afternoon was spent in the upper 90s. That's what we're seeing right now. But we did reach 100 degrees here in Bakersfield, and that's what you could expect for the first day of school, depending on your district, either Wednesday or Thursday. Those 100s, and then temperatures start to creep up slowly starting on Friday, continuing into next week.
All
but
right.
not bad tomorrow.
Not too bad. That's and we're shooting for 100s on all of our tests at school. There you go. We passed our test. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you back here at 11.